I'm here to tell you that no foreign government and no domestic government is going to stop human trafficking by themselves. The only way this is going to stop is by you, person of influence, getting involved here locally so that we can impact the rest of the country and the rest of the world. So I'm asking you, now that you've become aware, will you join us? Will you join the awakening?
Welcome to the third episode of the Awakening series. This is where we discuss human trafficking and how it's affecting our culture today. And specifically today, I want to speak to kids. I feel like we've done a lot of equipping of parents and just general populations, but I would really love for, if you have kids or teenagers, to bring them in and let them listen to this episode, because I want kids and teenagers to feel very equipped to know how to handle themselves in the world today. So first of all, I think that it's so important for us to realize that the access that we give people to our information online is crucial. And I feel like we kind of give it away pretty flippantly. We don't really think much about the information that we're putting out there about ourselves. But I happen to work with a team that's able to help law enforcement when they're trying to find individuals who have been trafficked. And there's all kinds of information that we use to help locate victims. And it's the information many times that they've given about themselves online that we're able to use to help find them, to rescue them and recover them, but it can also be used by the trafficker or the pimp to be able to locate a child as well. So I want you to consider what you put out online about yourself. You don't have to give too much personal information online. I want you to think about, if the wrong person had this information, what could they do with it? So things like your personal address, your personal cell phone number, images of yourself that you wouldn't necessarily want your grandma to see. These are the types of things that you don't want to put out there about yourself online. Second way that I feel like you can really protect yourself against predators is to not connect with people that you don't actually know in person. And you may say, oh, but, this individual who just, wanted to start following me, they're friends with several of my other friends. That doesn't mean that you know them personally. So I want to encourage you, there's no reason, there's no value in connecting with people online that you don't actually know when it could potentially put you in harm's way. And I feel like, again, we sometimes measure our value by how many followers we have or how many likes we have, and all of these random things that we're now attributing to whether or not we're valuable. And I just want to tell you that literally it has nothing to do with whether or not you're valuable. It's just another random person out in the universe that may or may not even be who they say they are that has just sent you a friend request. You don't have to accept it if you don't actually know the person, and that's going to safeguard you against people who potentially have bad motives. The next thing I want to encourage kids is that if someone is doing something that makes you uncomfortable, or if they're asking you to do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, listen to your gut. Pay attention to that kind of that red flag that goes up in your own mind that goes, wait a minute, I'm not sure if this is right. Listen to that. You don't have to engage with someone that's doing anything that makes you uncomfortable, and you don't have to do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. I feel like sometimes we feel obligated or like we owe someone something if they ask us for it, but we don't. Don't feel like you owe anybody anything, and you're not obligated to share any kind of personal information that you don't feel comfortable sharing with someone online. And lastly, I know this is probably the hardest thing that I'm going to encourage you to do, but I strongly urge you to tell your parents if there's something that is happening that is making you feel uncomfortable or unsafe. Your parents are there for you. You are their main concern. So if there is something going on, it's not for them to punish you or to take your devices away. And I know that that's the scariest part of going to your parents and telling them, hey, I think something's going on I don't feel good about. is that, oh my gosh, they're going to start monitoring everything or take my phone away. But I can tell you as a parent, if my kids came to me and told me, hey, this is going on, I was there to help them. It wasn't a control thing or a fear thing. It was just, hey, let me help you so that you can handle this yourself. But I'm going to be here with you. And so I just want to tell you, you've got parents that care about what's happening to you. They care more about you than anyone else on the planet. So go to your parents or a safe adult, a teacher, a counselor, someone that you trust, and let them know that something is going on so that you're not trying to deal with this by yourself. One of the main ways that traffickers or predators work on soliciting a child is to start consuming, isolating them from other people, and then gradually asking them for more and more information. And if you begin to feel like, wait a minute, I've given that person quite a bit of information about myself, and I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable, stop, cut off communication, and let a safe adult know what you're dealing with so that they can help you. Anyways, I hope that these tips help you out. It's a whole different world when we're dealing with things online because it's not right in front of you, and you don't always know the risk that you may be in because you can't see it. But I can tell you that there are people that are just have ill intentions, and the statistics are 1 in 5 kids are being approached online by sexual predators. So I don't want you to be one of them. So I hope that you will take this into consideration and that these tips will help you as you are navigating online.